So I'm back with a new prediction video, even though the last one didn't go as expected. I'm still not shy, I'm still not giving up, and I will still do these prediction videos. I ended up with 2 out of 4 correct in the winner bracket quarterfinals, and now we are moving on to the winner bracket semifinals. In the winner bracket quarterfinal we had Planetkey Dynamics winning 2-0 against MnM Gaming. It was 9-7 and 7-3, and then you have Venture eSports beating Neurotech 7-4, 7-5. And so far I was 2-4-2, so I had both correct here. And then you move over to Insects, who once again proved me wrong, and then this time they beat UBITEAM. And they won 2-1. They lost the first match, or first map, 2-7, and then 8-6 and 8-6, so they won 2-1. Hardcore Power Drivers also proved me wrong and beat Runtime 2-0, 7-4 and 7-4. So I was wrong in both of those 2 matches. That leaves us with the winner bracket semifinals being Planetkey Dynamics and Venture eSports, and then Insects against HPD here. Just looking at the names for the teams, I would say that Planetkey Dynamics and Venture eSports should be the harder matchup, and then Insects against HPD, some sort of underdog matchup. The winners of that match will face off against the winner of the first match. Then it will be the underdog, at least in my eyes. So let's go through Planetkey Dynamics and Venture eSport, the teams I probably know best of the teams that is left here. Planetkey Dynamics still undefeated. They've placed second in the last Team Cup. That doesn't seem to slow down, just continue on that momentum and just seem even more motivated now. And then Venture eSport, is a defending champion, I believe. And it can be the first team besides Team Dignitas to win this a second time. And that's also the case for Planetkey Dynamics. They won it back in 2016. So if one of those teams win this, they will be the second team ever to win it 2 times. If you look at the players for potential, let's say a dream lineup or a strong lineup, I would say that Planetkey Dynamics has MnM as the most outstanding one. He seems to be the better one in the match against MnM Gaming. You have a guy like Link, who is the team captain. You have a former team leader in Renew who showed up and did some good rounds there. And then you have some up and coming players who might not be too known in the scene, but Novis and Kens. And if you go to Venture eSports, there's a bunch of players there, but most notable Dutchy, Maddox, Wagenche and Psychos. But yeah, just going down the list of how many players they have, they can, like I said in the last one, they can have 4 guys for each match that ends up being playing, so 12 players who can do fairly well. But what is different for these 2 teams is that Venture has 3 players sign up for Games Assembly, and those 3 are in my eyes 3 of the 4 best ones, taking out Maddox, who is not signed up for Games Assembly, but who I would say is at least number 2 in Venture. Dutchy, Wagenche and Psychos have signed up for that event. Hopefully they are prepared for Games Assembly. If not, it's gonna be a long trip just going there to play for fun. Planetkey Dynamics has no players sign up for Games Assembly, and it seems to have just focusing on this Team Cup. I even talked to MnM about if he wanted to play for the Open Qualifiers in Grand League, because he was close to qualifying in the Nordic qualifier. But he said, why would I do that? Then I let down my team. I want to play TrackMania Masters Team Cup with my team and hopefully win that cup. So the motivation seems at least high in the Planetkey Dynamics squad. But I'm not going to change my pick. I picked Venture to win this all. I'm not going to go to change that now. Maybe I'm stubborn, but I think if they are fully prepared and if they have somewhat the strongest lineup they can have on the start line, they will beat Planetkey Dynamics, but this is going to be a real close one. I see it going 3 rounds, or 3 maps, sorry. And to be honest, I'm not surprised if I'm wrong here, but my pick is Venture eSports, and yeah, hopefully I'm correct here. Then we go to the guys I picked against, but who is proving me wrong, Insects and Hardcore Power Drivers. It wouldn't surprise you if I say I don't know really much about these teams. They are, to me, somewhat unknown. Not any players who has done fairly outstanding in Solo events, you have of course Onyo, who is maybe one of the few guys who has performed good in solo cups and who can be seen as a world-class player. Besides that, you have good players, but not like famously outstanding players. I picked against Insects now 2 times. I picked against Hardcore Power Drivers 1 time. I will pick Hardcore Power Drivers to win this matchup. I think having Onyo, having Barbos, Optimus, and Safang, and so on, they seem to have the level in to actually go far in this tournament. And by far I mean maybe they can even go to a grand final, because they are in the winner bracket semifinal, which is farther than I expected them to go, but I think they can even go farther now and maybe be the Cinderella story here. Insects, I wouldn't be surprised if they prove me wrong once again. Hopefully the 3rd time is a charm and I will eventually be right here. And I'm kind of surprised how good Thompson is. For me, he was most known as a mapper, one of the best mappers in the scene, but he seems to have the leveling to compete against the best players in the world as well. So yeah, that is my picks for these 2 winner bracket semifinals. Venture eSports will win and Hardcore Power Drivers will win, and then will eventually face off in the winner bracket final, which I will do a video about next time. But this video is not over, because the winner bracket or loser bracket semifinals is coming up. You have MnM Gaming waiting there, and then you have UBITEAM waiting there. They will be played on Sunday after this one, so the upcoming Sunday, and then the loser bracket final will be played right after the loser bracket semifinals. I will not have a time to do a video in between, so I will just hypothetically make a short prediction about that. If my info is correct, Insects will then drop down and face MnM Gaming. I see MnM Gaming beating them. So 4 times in a row I pick against Insects here. But yeah, I think MnM Gaming is... they should be strong enough, but they have so many players sign up for Games Assembly. Maybe the focus is somewhat lost, and Insects seem why. We can take another big team down and knock them out. But I pick MnM Gaming here. Planetkey Dynamics will then drop down to face UBITEAM. I pick Planetkey Dynamics to beat UBITEAM. UBITEAM has some players sign up for La Catalan, for Games Assembly, and then Planetkey Dynamics have nobody sign up for that. Then you will end up in a loser bracket final against MnM Gaming and Planetkey Dynamics, which face off in the last round in the quarterfinals. Planetkey Dynamics won 2-0 there. I don't see them losing against MnM Gaming again. Simply because I think for every step you get closer to Games Assembly, you have some players that is going to be obviously more focused about Games Assembly and using more time on that instead of the TrackMania Masters Team Cup. And then you have Planetkey Dynamics, who's probably going to be more and more focused about the next match in TrackMania Masters Team Cup, because it's more and more important, and if they are in the loser bracket, they cannot lose because, well, hello, then you are out. So that is my predictions. And this time you can actually not just, if you wanna take part in this and wanna bet, you can now join also the betting league, because this is the first time TrackMania Masters matches is gonna be open there, and you can predict the winner there, the winner bracket semifinals, so Planetkey Dynamics and Venture eSport, and then Insects and Hardcore Power Drivers. If you get correct there, you get 3 points, and if you end up with the most amount of points when season 1 is over, you win this one. The link is in the description, and everything you need to know is there. So that is my picks. Am I wrong here? Or maybe this will be the first time I get 100% correct. I doubt it, because now I also picked some hypothetically loser bracket and loser bracket final matches. But we will see in the next one, and if I'm wrong, feel free to mock me, I don't care. That is just making this even more fun. See you in the next one, and good luck if you are taking part in this. Just want to say thanks to the people who actually support the work I do and help move this channel forward. You have Genie Productions, you have Apotit, you have Nathan, and then you have a voucher. If you want to support the channel and the work I do in TrackMania, you can find a link for the Patreon page below. You get some sort of extra content there, but the most content is of course free and available for everybody here on this YouTube page. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.